In this video, I'm going to show you how to properly label an experimental picture. So let's start by looking at the rubric. A properly labeled experimental picture should have all of these qualities. Number one, the picture should be large enough and it should have a good resolution, meaning the picture should not be too small. Number two, the picture should be zoomed in and focused to show all relevant details. So you should not have a blurry picture. It should be clear and focused. That way, all the relevant details are clearly shown. Number three, the picture should not include any unnecessary background objects, including your classmates. Number four, the picture should show the entire setup. In this project, you guys are annotating your calorimeter design, so your picture should show the entire calorimeter, not just one portion of it. The last 2 points are for including labels for all the key relevants that are in your calorimeter design. So all key components should be clearly labeled with arrows. So to show you how to select and take a good picture using your cell phones, I looked up some Google images of calorimeters. So let's take a look at each of them and decide if these pictures are good. Okay, so the first one is shown right here. So this picture is large enough. It has good resolution. It is zoomed in and I can see all the relevant details. However, it does not show the entire calorimeter design. It's only showing the container that holds water. No thermometer is shown, no food holder is shown, no insulating material is shown, so this picture is not a good choice. Now moving on to the second one. This picture is also large enough. However, this picture is very blurry and it's really hard to see all the relevant details. So this picture is also not a good choice. Moving on to this picture. This picture is large enough, has good resolution. However, it is really hard to see the relevant parts within the calorimeter design because the picture is not focused on the object of importance. In addition, it also includes all these people in the picture frame, and these picture included in this picture, they are not relevant for your experimental design. So this is not a good picture choice. Moving on to this one. This picture is large enough, has good resolution. It's showing the entire calorimeter design. It does have some unnecessary background objects, but we can crop the picture using Google Drawing tool. So we're going to go ahead and select this picture for our annotation. So you're going to click on this picture and right click on your mouse or trackpad to copy this image. Once you copy this image, you're going to go to Insert and Drawing. And once you're here, you can click on, you can use the Command and V button on your keyboard to paste this picture. If you have a Windows or Chromebook, you can press on the Control and alphabet V button to paste the picture. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to crop the photo. That way we are only including the relevant part. To crop a photo, you're going to go to this menu and click on this image that says crop image. And you will notice that the picture is now surrounded by all of these black frames. Using this tool, you're going to crop the photo to only select the part that you want to include in your sketch. And once you're done selecting the portion that you need, you're just going to press enter on your keyboard. Now you're ready for including arrows and labels on your picture. To include arrows, you're going to go to this menu that says line. You're actually going to click on the drop-down menu and click on the second option, arrow. I'm first going to label this can right here. So I position the arrow in the way that I want. Actually, my arrow is too tiny. It's kind of hard to see. So I'm going to click on line weight option and click on 3. That way my arrow becomes nice and big and very visible. At the end of this arrow, I should have proper labels. I'm going to click on this text box and I'm going to label this as aluminum can. And I'm actually going to label how much water is contained inside the can. So I'm going to say hold 50 milliliters of water, close the parentheses. So we're now done labeling the first picture. If you do not like the placement of the text box, you can always click on it and use the arrow to move it up and down so that you can position it in the location that you want. Now I'm going to show you how to add one more label, and we're going to conclude the video. Again, to add an arrow, you're going to click on this button. Click on the drop-down menu. Click on the second one to select arrows. And this time I'm going to go ahead and label the food that's burning in this picture. And since my arrow is not very visible, I'm going to click on line weight, click on 3. That way it becomes nice and very visible. To label this, click on text box. And I'm going to label this as Takis. It's the food that was burned in this picture. You can adjust the size of the text box and position it in the way that you want. Okay. You obviously have to label more components. For example, you have to label the thermometer, the ring stand, the food holder, and what kind of material you use to create the food holder. But I'm going to leave that up to you. So this is how you properly annotate a picture using Google Doc and Google Drawing, and I hope that this video is helpful. Okay. When you're done annotating a picture, you're just going to click on this blue button that says Save and Close, and you will see that your annotated picture is now included in your Google Doc.